I'm Howard Duff. Welcome once again to Star in the Story. This is the series, you know, in which the star is allowed to select his own story. And I've taken full advantage of this innovation, I believe, when I selected The True Confessions of Henry Pell by John Cheever. Few stories in recent years have been so reflective of the time in which we live. And when it appeared in a national magazine recently, it aroused quite a stir. Its theme is a combination of the real and the imaginary, but with enough self-identification for everyone. The characters are real enough, but well, we decided to set the story not just any place, but rather your place. I don't think you'll soon forget Henry Pell. My name is Henry Pell, and when I'm a member of the crowd, I'm indistinguishable, like a banker is indistinguishable, or a millionaire, or a writer, or almost anyone for that matter. Up close, I'm Henry Pell, age 32, Easton schooled, and a veteran of a struggle with a foreign power. I'm an executive in an advertising agency. I'm not a big executive, or am I a small executive. Each day, excepting weekends, I rise to and descend from one of the stone shelves of Manhattan, a chrome and air-conditioned cliff dizzily high above the ribbons of traffic that crisscross this fabulous island. I leave the island behind me every day in the company of the crowd, on one of the thousands of trains that all look alike, and I live in Remsen Manor, a new development. 474 identical, indistinguishable houses about halfway out on Long Island. One of the houses is mine. One of the wives is mine, and so are two of the daughters. To me, they are very distinguishable, and I love them dearly.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, darling.
How'd it go today?
Oh, just... Hi, kids. No, wait. What'd you do? What'd you do, Did you play out the yard? Huh? Good. Good to see you.
Did you get your hands in baseball?
To properly place us in society, I believe we are what should be known as the well-to-do poor. The down payment on the furnished house took all our savings, and to keep going these days requires a kind of prideful, quiet struggle. Lucille, my wife, is a beautiful woman, I think, and a resourceful one. Like most people who are young and poor, we live in the hopefulness that our circumstances are about to change. The game we play is an adult's game called On Your Way Up, and it's supposed to make going without an adventure. It quite suddenly occurred to me that Lucille was getting tired of playing the game. I decided that she needed a night out immediately. I took her to the theater, but it was dull, or we were dull. Or perhaps it was because there was a babysitter in the play who got $1.50 an hour. We had one at home getting the same, and watching the stage was like watching a ticking taxi meter. I thought dancing might succeed in pepping Lucille up, but all it succeeded in doing was delaying us long enough so that we missed the last good train. We rode home on a local that even managed to stop between stops. There were no cabs or buses when we got off the train, so we started to walk. And for the first time in our lives, we actually walked single file. Not only didn't Lucille wish to talk to me, she didn't even want to walk with me. After a good deal of walking, it became apparent to Lucille that something was amiss. I had known it for some time.
Henry, we're lost.
Well, don't make it sound so tragic.
I feel tragic.
Yes, I know.
Well, what are we going to do?
What do you mean, what are we going to do? We're lost, we're going to get found.
How?
Without the aid of a compass, a sextant, or a map, we will...
Oh, please, don't be funny.
I'll try very hard not to be.
It's like a nightmare. Or some hideous fairy tale. All the houses are the same, all the streets are the same, all the people are the same.
All right, Lucille, that'll be enough of that. Save your complaining till I've got my head on a pillow about to go to sleep.
Just get us home, please. That's all I ask.
Very well. I suggest we go back to the station and start all over again.
I agree. Which way is the station?
Well, if a train would only whistle. They whistle enough at other times.
If we had an automobile, this would never happen.
It might. And besides, who needs an automobile in New York?
We do. Right now.
Come on. side of Remsen Manor.
What's this place?
Offhand, I'd say it's a very large estate upon which a few wealthy people live.
Oh, what heaven it must be to live in a place like this. With a nice, big, high wall shutting out...
What?
us.
I think that's our street down there. That house with the light on it. That's us. Oh, we left it open.
Oh, it's so late. I'm afraid you're going to have to walk home with the babysitter.
Will do.
Henry, what's that picture doing over the mantelpiece? Do you know what?
Yes, I know.
We're in the wrong house. Just like that, we walked into the wrong house. I must remember to buy an exact copy of that picture to remind us that that's what we are, a couple of exact copies.
Isn't that a very old issue? Lucille, what really is the matter?
I don't like this life.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
Look, you came into this with me. You came in with your eyes wide open, and you were joyful. As joyful as I was at having you share my life. I have worked a long day and a hard day, and I haven't the patience to be met with sighs, silence, and occasional ambiguity. I know you think that you have a hard life, but I think that you exaggerate your lot.
Exaggerate?
Yes. You have a loving, hard-working husband, 2 beautiful children, a nice house, and enough money. We won't be spending the summer in Europe this year, but there may be a year when we do. And there may be a year when we have a nicer house. And there may be a year when we have more money than we need.
And there may not be.
That is very true. There may not be. That is the gamble. It is difficult enough to succeed in our life and time. It is almost impossible to do so without inspiration.
Henry, I want you to succeed. You have no idea how much I want you to succeed.
Sure. You're very much interested in the result. But in the meantime, you sit here pining like a maiden in a stone tower. The Rapunzel of Remsen Manor. Well, right now, I don't have the stomach or the patience for it.
Henry. Heaven it must be to live in a place like this, with a nice, big, high wall shutting out us.
how did you get in?
I, just came over the wall.
Well, you're quite attractive, whoever you are. I thought it was someone from the house. Well, as long as you're here, you may as well help me. I'll open them up, and you empty them into the pool. Come on. Into the pool. Come on. We have a lot of work to do. What's your name?
Henry Pell.
We have a dreadful time with trespassers. I ought to make you go away. But you're rather attractive. And I'd rather have you here. Does that make any sense?
Enough. Would you mind telling me why the alphabet soup in the pool?
Oh, Dad's a snob. He has someone in the house he's anxious to impress. He's terribly proud of his pool. And they'll go for a dip in the morning. Mother thought it would be marvelous if they found themselves wallowing around in alphabet soup. Dad'll be furious.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't be when they find themselves human croutons?
Say, that's very good. Do you know that? That's very good. What did you say your name was?
Henry Pell. What's yours?
Nancy. Nancy Remsen. Let's finish this later. I'd like a cigarette. Would you like a cigarette?
Yes, I'd like one very much. Did you say your name was Nancy Remsen? Try it again. Did you say your name was Remsen?
Yes, and I hate it.
Are you any relation to Remsen Manor?
That's why I hate it. We sold those stupid people the property, and they went and named the place after us. We tried to sue them, but it didn't seem to do any good.
I live in Remsen Manor.
Oh, how dreary that must be. I've seen it from the parkway. Mother can't stand to have it even mentioned. She never had any idea what they were going to do with the place. As a matter of fact, she can't remember why she even sold the property. She's so forgetful. But now she won't even let the maids go to the movies there. But this is cozy here, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Very cozy.
Actually, I could be Nancy Martin if I wanted to be. But when I get a divorce, I never take that name. I always go back to my first one. That's why I'm Nancy Remsen again.
Oh, I understand. I think I do, anyway.
And you just climbed over the wall, just like that.
That's right.
Like a Prince Charming or something. I don't think that's ever happened to me before.
Well, I know it's never happened to me before.
Would you like to take a swim?
In the alphabet soup?
Oh, we can avoid that if we're very careful. We have plenty of swimsuits.
Yes, I'd like that very much.
I like you very much. You know what? I'm glad you came over the wall.
I'm glad I...
I actually don't think that you're real. Do you know that, Mr. Henry Pell? You're a Martian, aren't you? And Henry Pell is an Earth name you've assumed.
Darn it. I told those flying saucers not to make so much noise when they came in for a landing.
Is it fun traveling around from planet to planet?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. You see, I have the Earth run.
Would I like Mars?
Mm-mm. Very dull. Everybody's thinking of moving down to Earth.
Down to Earth. What time is it?
Time for this Martian to hop back over the wall.
You'll come tomorrow.
Of course. Interplanetary space weather permitting.
Oh, don't joke about it. I half believe that you are a Martian, that you never will come back.
Well, if you're worrying about whether I'm a spaceman, just check the 8:25 for Manhattan tomorrow morning. I and a lot of other Earth people will be aboard.
I take your word for it. Come around 8 tomorrow. I'll keep George occupied and put up a ladder.
George?
Oh, he's the head gardener, and he shoots trespassers with a crow gun. I'll hide his gun, or make him go to a movie or something.
Yes, do that, will you?
I was worried.
Were you?
Where have you been all this time?
I was out.
Well, I'm glad you're home.
Home? You're, thinking in terms of this place as home?
Oh, Henry, don't you ever get discouraged? Don't you ever get tired and discouraged?
Often. But I've kept up a smiling front and not always let you know it. Up till now, that is.
I'm sorry, Henry. I realize your job is difficult and demanding, and there must be times when...
My job doesn't discourage me. It's true that my job is difficult, demanding, and exacting in a highly competitive business, but I've been trained for it. I actually enjoy my work, and I do it competently. With the correct breaks, I should be able to make a very good score in time. No, my job doesn't discourage me.
What are you discouraged about?
Us.
That's a very serious thing to say.
What did you expect? Complete forgiveness, love, and makeup?
Yes? Oh, Henry, I must have hurt you very badly.
It went much deeper than hurting. It touched hopelessness, futility. You made me feel something formless, humorless, almost ugly.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It pleases you to be sorry. Until the next time. I'm going to bed.
Henry, you're completely right. I am lucky. I'm very fortunate to have as much as I do, really. And I like it here at Remsen Manor, truthfully. It's a wonderfully wholesome and clean place to live. Especially when it's compared to some of the places we lived during the war. Oh, Henry, we have something wonderful. I don't want to lose any of it. I love being your wife, and I love you. Henry, please forgive me.
I forgive you. Hi.
Darling. Darling. First, I have to brief you. Then we'll go up to the house to meet Mother and Dad. Dad may be able to get you a job. Then you can get rich in a hurry and leave that dreadful development.
But I already have a job.
I
and what's
told him
more,
that you were a friend of Brother's, the brother that lives in Texas. When Mother asks you if you're related to anyone, and she will, say yes. Say he's your uncle. Say he's abroad. You do understand, don't you? I know you do. I'm sure Dad will be able to get you a job because you're so intelligent. You're one of the most intelligent men I've ever met.
Well, that's very kind of you, but you
We'll
see,
have to hurry.
Are you related to Charlie Pell? I said, are you related to Charlie Pell?
He's my uncle.
Oh, really? That's the Count Dalba.
How do you do?
And this is Daddy.
Yes, yes. Nancy tells me that you want to get rich quick, my boy.
Can't even get rich slowly these days, eh?
That's quite right, sir, but I'm really not interested.
You know, there isn't a man in the United States who could afford to build a house like this today. Stone in this house came from Massa. Real solid, my boy. Very, very solid.
Quite agree, sir.
Double sixes.
That looked to me like a 5 and a 6.
Oh, very solid.
Yeah, the younger generation doesn't have any gumption anymore. That's the whole trouble these days.
No lectures, Daddy.
Your uncle wanted to marry me. Chased me for years, Charlie Pell did. Oh, I was beautiful. I had the most beautiful nose. It fell during the 20s, simply collapsed. I never did know what went wrong. Where's Charlie Pell now?
Charlie?
Isn't he abroad?
Oh, yeah, Uncle Charlie. Yes, he's abroad.
Why don't you take your young gentleman down to look at the pool?
He's seen the pool. I'll show it to him again.
That pool's very interesting, my boy. The stone there was quarried in San Vicente. It's real solid.
It looks as though I owe you $430.
I thought it was a lot more than that. Let me see those figures. 50, 75, 25, 50, 100, 50, 50.
Aren't they wonderful? Oh, that's the Count. He's very good. He was playing the piano in a saloon when Mother picked him up. Swim?
Later, maybe, yeah.
I won't be able to see you tomorrow.
Oh?
A friend of Brother's coming east, and I have to entertain him.
I thought I was the friend of Brothers.
Oh, there are other ones. Real ones.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot. I'm not real.
Oh, yes, you are. Very real. I adore you. You're annoyed.
Oh, no, I'm not. I was just thinking about something.
Well, stop it. When you think you go far away, and I want you right here.
But not tomorrow.
I can see you for a little bit tomorrow. Just for a moment. Does that make you happy?
Yes.
Get out.
What?
I said get out.
I'm waiting for Miss Remsen.
I know. She's the one that told me. Now get out of here and make it fast. Come on, get going.
Okay, I'm leaving.
So you're Peter Parsons' nephew, eh?
Yes, I am.
Where's Peter now?
Isn't he abroad?
Oh, yes, he's abroad now.
Your uncle wanted to marry me. Chased me for years. I was beautiful. I had such a beautiful nose.
That pool's very interesting, my boy. The stone there was quarried in San Vicente. Real solid.
I have a confession to make. Remember the night we were lost? We came to the high wall of an estate. And you said the wall was built to keep us out?
I remember.
You were wrong. It was built to keep them in.